very skillfully, just pops his head out of the way. Crunching right there, dropped him. So, it's all Hamed here in this opener, not much left of the round. But a good shot there, dropped Williams to his back. And again, also as he came in. All over. Well. Tremendous win there.
Quite a large number of young ladies who say that they would never have even remotely considered watching a boxing match until you came along. You sort of like the sex symbol of the boxing ring.
I mean, they're all entitled to their opinion. If they're seeing that way and it makes them switch on, brilliant. I'll be there for years on years and I'll be knocking it over. If they like the fit bod and they like the great punching power and the ability and the confidence, I'm cool with that.
Well, he's gorgeous. He's gorgeous and he's a brilliant fighter. We like the way he carries on as well in the ring.
Are we on the telly?
He's a muppet.
Are we honest? Be honest with me.
No, we're from Oxford University. We're the boxing team.
I think this fella's gonna
Test him.
You've got to look at it within the context of his technical ability, and it is a new paradigm in boxing. It is, believe me.
Less than 6.
In less than 6.
You look back in boxing history, he will be a watershed.
I won't be on the telly anymore.
I thought time has come basically to show people that you are boxing from start to finish. When I won the World Title Boxing World Class Fighters, and time has come where you're boxing a great young ambitious fighter where I've had 15 fights, whatever, 15 wins, undefeated, world champion as an amateur. So I had a very good record, done really well, and I just wanted to show people that we're going to take him out.
Remember, last time out, he won in 35 seconds. Prince Naseem, the 4th fastest win in world title history against Saeed Lawal. What has Alasaya got to offer? Good enough to be a world champion, junior champion as an amateur. Naseem is always looking to throw punches from unusual angles. There's been talk in the build-up to this of him throwing a secret punch that he's been working on. 2 very good left hands from him there. Big factor in the fight is whether Alasaya can take a shot. Anyone who fights Prince Naseem will need that quality if they're to beat him. Durability and resilience, because he does hit by all accounts like a middleweight, even though he's a featherweight.
Alasaya also needs to be able to react very quickly, because the punches from Hamed come from all sorts of angles very quickly. So Alasaya has to be able to react. He has to read what Hamed is going to do.
Remember, even a battle-hardened fighter like Steve Robinson, who'd had several world title fights, could barely lay a glove on Prince Naseem. Alasaya covering up very well, getting his arms up well to try and block those punches from whatever angle. A right hand gets through from Alasaya. He did catch Naseem with one there. Good right over the top though from Naseem.
Well, Alasaya keeping his hands up very well. That's very important, the defense. Just as Naseem went to throw his left, he got caught off Alasaya's right.
Good fast right hand from Naseem. Alasaya has taken the punches well so far. Naseem is talking to him as usual. He's had some criticism from some sections of the media for trying to humiliate opponents in the past. Thin line between psychological warfare and tastelessness, of course. But Alasea looks full of ambition here and belief.
Yes, and certainly he's not psyched out in any way. Good right hand again.
Oh, he's got him down! Naseem is put down by a right hand. It was only a flash knockdown, but he'll have to take a mandatory 8 count. Down for the first time in his career. What about this in the first round? He wasn't so elusive there. Waving Alasea in.
Well, this is the questions we want asked. What is Hamed like when he's getting hit? And he went down. So this is a very different fight now. We know that Alasea can get to him.
Well, Alasea might have heard about the reputation, but he's taking no notice of it. What about that? Alasea puts Naseem Hamed down for the first time in his career. Flash knockdown, really. But how much has that dented Hamed's confidence? We thought this might be a tricky fight for him, and it shapes that way. Well, this is the most interesting Prince Naseem Hamed fight, well, I'd say, ever. Already, and we've only had a round of it. Round 2, Alasea in the stripes.
And this is where you wonder what's happening in Hamed, in his mind. Is his confidence starting to go? Can he keep the confidence up?
Alasea's rangy, long arms, and again, Naseem is getting caught more tonight than I think I've seen him caught in probably 10 fights. Got through with a right hand, but Alasea is showing good resilience so far. Every time Naseem lands, he just takes the punch. He looks a real hard nut, doesn't he?
He really does. He looks strong, but Hamed come back well there with a couple of nice loose punches that really seem to land heavily on Alasea.
The Prince is used to seeing fighters fall apart when he lands with his heavy artillery. But Alasea, so far anyway, hasn't done this. And what's making this fascinating is that Prince Naseem Hamed is being asked questions that we haven't seen before. He's caught by a right uppercut, and that almost limbo dancer style defense of his is being put to the test.
But often the head movement like that, it's very difficult to get out of the way of all of the punches. He's got to try and get his hands up, Hamed, here.
He's switching orthodox for a moment there, Hamed.
Good solid right hand there.
Oh, left hook, and down goes Alasea. There's the answer. And he's in a bad way, on very unsteady legs. It was a left hook that did it in the second round. And Prince Naseem reasserts himself.
He looked at very heavy right hand, then that little short left hook. He went down heavily there. Bad moments for Alasea.
Can his head clear? Can he get through this? This is a vital last 45 seconds. Another right hand, has his legs splayed in the corner, needs to get the gloves up. The final bell for this round cannot come soon enough for Alasea, who lands a very good left hook of his own. Under half a minute left in this round. Naseem looking to build on that breakthrough. Knockdown in both rounds so far. Right and the left, and I don't think he'll get up from that. It's called off. The fight is over. The fight is over. There'll be no count. He's won it in round 2. The 9th time he's won in round 2.
Through everything that had happened in that fight, I predicted I was going to take him out in 2 rounds, and that's what I did.
You stopped a very dangerous opponent there, and you answered a few questions as well.
To tell you the truth, I felt so good in there, but when he hit me with a good shot, I didn't even see the shot. But to tell you the truth, I got back up, know where my feet were, and when I put my punches, I hit him so hard, especially the second time. I put my punches together, and I just, boom! There you go.
Brilliant, right? He took him out in the second round. He got knocked down in the first round. He recovered well, got on with the fight. Second round, Naseem come out, done the business, sorted him right out, straight out on the canvas, and that was it. Hands up. Yes. Lights out.
he's never been no different, and all the razzmatazz around him, it's always been the same, more or less since he was an amateur. It's probably got a little bit bigger, which happens.
I've brought a sparkle into the game. A big sparkle, as in, it's not about watching boxing. Watch this little guy who's on the TV tonight. He's so flash, so cocky, but he always wins. And a lot of people tell me that, you know. Yeah, you've brought great things into the game that people want to watch.
I know that I've been mad in love before, and how it could be with you. Really hurt me, baby. Really hurt me, baby. How can you have a day without a night? You're the book that I have opened, and now I've got to know much more.
I think it's a bit of a tough fight. Manuel Medina's a very well-respected fighter. If Naz stops him quickly, then that is a tremendous feather on his cap. He is a good fighter. I think Naz will get to him, but I think it's going to take a long time. He'll be in a later stage of the fight.
You know, I've watched the tapes of Medina. He's the best, you know, with the record and what he's achieved. Probably the best Naz has boxed. He's very, very tall, and he's got big shoulders on him. He's got to be at least 4 or 5 inches taller than Naz. He's got a longer reach than Naz. But Naz brings his own referee with him, either left or right. If he hits him on the chin, he'll go. We know Naz's capabilities and what he can do. But I think myself 5 or 6 rounds, he'll knock him out. Naz says 2. So we'll have to just wait and see.
Is it going to be a good fight tomorrow?
Yeah, it's very good. My condition is perfect. I don't know tomorrow. Lo mejor es que levante las manos y
We'll get the hands up, you're going to win.
Do that with one as well as Street. We'll do the 2 of it together.
We've got 12 cameras, of which 8 actually cover the fight. The rest do various peripheral things. Naz's dressing room, studios, beauty shots. So we've put 8 on the fight. The Americans will also film, put a couple here and there. A couple of the ANG crews around, so it's quite a lot of cameras in a small area.
I'm in the ring, I take them in the ring, try and stick with them. There tends to be, on the bigger fights, Naz and people like that, there tends to be a big congregation, as you know, and you just end up fighting with them and trying to work around that.
I'm a fighter that don't sit on the fence. If I don't like you, I'll tell you, and end of the day, that's what I'm like when I'm doing my interviews. They say I'm in your face, I say what I feel. I don't sit on the fence and tell the public what they want to hear. I was thinking basically that I've got a cold, I had a bad chest infection, and what could I say, there was no way that I was going to pull out of that fight regardless of what any doctor, anybody said to me, because I wasn't going to give them the chance, the opportunity to say, well, he's boxing the first Mexican, what is a great fight, and what is a 2-time world champion, and he's pulled out. I wasn't going to give them the satisfaction of saying he's pulled out.
Tall, rangy Medina, not known as a big puncher, but awkward and busy, with proven broad quality.